Good morning, good morning, good morning! It is September 28th, 2023. Today is Thursday. So yesterday, the trip was a whirlwind. It was an absolute blast. It was really cool. So Jake, who's in charge of operations for us, has this idea for a service marketplace for automation. So it's like a software company where we get companies who do controls and do service work all across the country to sign up. And then when people have down issues or need support, there's this marketplace filled with people looking for opportunities to work and people looking for help fixing automation. So really cool idea, which we need right now as an organization. So we're actually working with Jake to help build his dream of putting that together. And the cool part about it is Jake is an electrical engineer. He teaches journeyman electrician. He does some college courses and is all about education. And so this is his idea of how we can change education, because there is a huge need for technicians in automation, especially as we're reshoring, production's coming back to the US, robotic growth is going to be astronomical, and we already don't have the workforce to handle the needs. So part of it is going to be the companies involved get credits, and those credits go to help educate the people's teammates. So we're still early in the conversation, but it's very cool. And to me, it's a great example of time being your most valuable resource. So for Jake, starting up this business, starting up this idea is helping Kitech. And hopefully in the future, it helps Jake and turns into a real business that grows and flourishes. But if not, he still has to do pretty much everything we're doing. So I look at it like dual allocation of resources. How can you set something up and get 2, 3, 4 different streams of value out of that one investment of time? That's what I do with my daily video journals. So I was telling Jake about it. I have all my different social media platforms across the board drive to justindcstevens.com. So in the virtual world, all my different virtual presence drive to justindcstevens.com, which is my personal blog. And I look at it like my billboard. So as I create content every day, and if you go look at that website, justindcstevens.com, you'll see at the top, it's got the Kitech logo, it's got the Project Tools logo, and it's got the Frontline Flags logo on every single page. It's part of my header. So no matter where you go on that website, I'm promoting these 3 companies. And those 3 companies can change depending on where I'm at in life. Because at the end of the day, I am my most valuable asset. So right now I'm driving. I have to drive to work. I throw on these glasses. I hit record. Now, instead of listening to a podcast, I'm creating a podcast. I'm creating content that I've turned my process into. Once I get to work, then I process this content. I add the transcription across the bottom. You'll see it right here eventually. I add the transcription. I promote the same video to all the platforms, because I believe a business is nothing more than a box designed to collect and monetize time. So if that is true, social media companies like Facebook collect our time for free. we get a lot of value out of scrolling and seeing what others are creating and doing and staying in touch. And then they monetize it on the back end through ad revenue. So that's how Facebook monetizes the eyeballs they've already collected. My goal is not to follow their algorithm, but use their platform. They've already collected the time. They already have billions of users on there every day. I take the content I'm creating and put it on there. But users can only be on one platform at a time. And everyone has a preferred platform. So X is my preferred platform, X or LinkedIn. But millions, billions of people are on Facebook. They're on, what is the Twitch? They're on YouTube. They're on Instagram. So all these different channels have already collected the eyeballs I'm trying to get in front of. So my goal is to create this content, distribute this content across the platform so it's the same content, so people aren't leaving where they like to be. I'm not trying to drive people anywhere. I'm trying to meet them where they're at and build a relationship with them there so they can watch these videos and get to know me as a person. That's one of the reasons I love doing these journal entries alone, is because this is my train of thought. This is just what I think. No questions, no feedback from anybody. This is my beliefs. These are my beliefs. And a lot of people are terrified to share their beliefs. Heck, there's some beliefs that I don't even like to share. Like I'll talk about it now, talking about religion. So growing up, my dad was a pastor. He was a pastor of a non-denominational church, and we went to church every Sunday. I am a firm believer in God. Firm believer in God. I believe God has created everything. I believe he's put us all here. He's given us all a mission. He knows that mission. But I also believe that there can be more than one answer. I don't believe that Christianity is the only answer. And that's one of the things, as I'm going through life, I hope to show other people you can believe whatever you want to believe. It is a free country. It is your choice. But everyone else can believe what they want to believe. And that's their choice. And my beliefs are no better than anyone else's beliefs. We all live in our own reality. We create our own reality. So I think Christians can be, religious people. Let's take Christians out of it. All religions can be some of the most judgmental people on the face of this earth. I see myself as spiritual. I do not see myself as religious. I don't go to church. Good, bad, or indifferent. I believe being a good person comes from within. Being a good person comes from deciding to be a good person. It doesn't come from going to church. That's just my beliefs. And now I've put them on a journal entry, and in the next hour or two, I will publish that to the world to see for the rest of time. Now, I want to reiterate that today is September 28th, 2023 at 9 a.m. or 9:01 a.m. My opinion, I can change at 9:02. And then I could change it at 9:03 and 9:04. See, this is the value of time. as you go through life, as you learn things, as you experience things, as you see how things work, you are completely free to change the way you live. I think that is the true value of time. You can wake up tomorrow and say, you know what? I don't like this life. This is what I would like this life to look like. And then work towards it. That's all I do. That is all I do, is I get up and I work towards the life I want to live. And I set my sights on 75-year-old Justin. I'm 37 today. So what life is 75-year-old Justin going to be proud of? What decisions is he going to make? How is he going to treat people? What impact is he going to make on people? Because the only difference between 37-year-old Justin and 75-year-old Justin is like 30 years, 38 years, right? That's the only difference. Yes, I'll be in a different financial situation. Personally, I hope it's a lot better. But who knows? There's a lot of people out there that it's not at that age. Who knows? But every single day, I get up and I work towards what I want to be when I get to that age. And it makes decision making incredibly easy. Because I look at, would this decision get me closer or further away from the 75-year-old version of Justin? I look at it every day with all the decisions I'm making, because that's my choice. No one can own your time but you. And no one's going to care about 75-year-old you except you, probably your wife, husband, kids, family, stuff like that. Your work certainly doesn't. I guess maybe if you're the business owner, it does. But even then, they're still looking out for themselves. So this journey through life is a journey that we all share. We all share. I love driving around. I love flying through the airport and seeing all the different people that are all part of our society that we all need. Because we all share the same time. It's not like my 9:04 a.m. on September 28th is different than your 9:04 on September 28th. It is the same time. Now, due to time zones, it may be, you get what I'm saying. At the end of the day, we all get to make our own decisions. And that's the funnest part about life. I love, there's a book out there called The Dream Manager by Matthew Kelly. I would highly recommend it. Great book about helping people chase their dreams. It's a business book about a janitorial company that had 400% turnover year over year. 400%. That's replacing their entire workforce 4 times a year. Crazy. So how do they fix it? And this book is this whole journey on how they helped show their employees that this is not a forever thing. This is till your next step thing. And your next step could be going to school. It could be buying a house. It could be whatever you want it to be. A job is nothing more than a tool. A tool to fund the life you want to live. You should enjoy it. But you don't have to. You don't have to be passionate about it. You should be passionate about something in life. But it certainly doesn't have to be work. We all work because we have to work. That's what makes society function. If no one worked, it would be a mess. It would be a third world country. I mean, we can, in some of the big cities, I live in Idaho, so I don't know truly what it's like being in some of the big cities. But from the videos I've seen, there seems to be a lot of people that are no longer working. And that is causing a big problem for society. Like all the rioting that was going on in Philadelphia and the looting. It's ridiculous. It's crazy. But why do we do it? I have no idea. Lack of hope? Lack of options? When you already can't make your bills, pay your bills working full time, it is defeating. It really is. So that's one of the things I think about on this whole journey is how can we take care of more people? So at the plant we were at yesterday, it was processing frozen hamburgers. Everybody who works at that plant is literally feeding America. I mean, it's a tiny part of one meal. But it is part of how we make this all happen. So, it's very fun stuff. Well, I am at Kitech. I'm off to win wars and rage battles and change lives. If anybody ever needs me, you know where to find me. I appreciate y'all joining my journey.